Warren Buffett still lives in the same house he bought in 1958, for $31,500. Meanwhile, a crypto influencer leases a Lamborghini he doesn't own, parked outside a rented mansion. One of them is actually rich. The truly wealthy don't look wealthy. They don't flex. They don't perform for an audience. They build quietly, while everyone else is watching the wrong people. Today, we're breaking down 7 secrets billionaires use to build and protect fortunes that last generations. These aren't tricks. They're habits, repeated for decades, hidden in plain sight. Stay until the end. Secret number 7 is the one almost nobody talks about. Most people think wealth looks like something. A watch. A car. A penthouse. A trip posted online with the location tagged. But visible wealth and real wealth are almost never the same thing. Looking rich costs money. Being rich builds money. Billionaires understand a simple truth: attention invites risk. Every flashy purchase invites taxes, lawsuits, and scrutiny. It invites people who want a piece of what you have: family, strangers, and sometimes governments. So the ultra-wealthy play a different game. Quiet. Deliberate. Almost invisible. Not because they have something to hide, but because visibility has a cost most people never calculate. Here are the 7 secrets behind it. Mark Zuckerberg is worth over $100 billion. His personal car collection is unremarkable: a Honda, an Acura, a Volkswagen. His real estate holdings tell a different story: hundreds of millions poured into land in Hawaii, Lake Tahoe, and Palo Alto. The principle: cars lose value. Land, equity, and businesses gain it. A new car loses roughly 20% of its value the moment it leaves the lot. Real estate, equity, and business ownership tend to move the opposite direction over time. Every dollar spent on status is a dollar that stops working for you. Every dollar spent on an asset keeps working long after the purchase is forgotten. This is why so many billionaires drive ordinary cars but own extraordinary portfolios. The car is invisible. The portfolio is permanent. One depreciates in a driveway. The other appreciates in silence, year after year, without needing anyone's approval. Takeaway: before buying something to show wealth, ask if it will still be worth something in 10 years. Elon Musk has borrowed billions against his Tesla stock instead of selling shares outright. Selling stock triggers capital gains tax. Borrowing against it doesn't. This is good debt, leverage that funds more growth without shrinking the asset base. The loan gets paid off with future income, or refinanced again later. Meanwhile, the original shares stay intact, still growing, still working. Compare that to consumer debt, credit cards, car loans, financing a lifestyle. That debt funds nothing. It just drains, interest paid, no asset gained, no growth to show for it. Good debt buys you more of what's already making money. Bad debt buys you things that lose money the moment you own them. Takeaway: debt isn't the enemy. Debt that buys depreciating things is. Sam Walton, founder of Walmart, drove a beat-up Ford pickup truck for years, even as his net worth reached billions. Stealth wealth isn't about pretending to be poor. It's about refusing to broadcast a target. Flashy spending attracts salespeople, lawsuits, and social pressure to spend more. It invites scrutiny from tax authorities, kidnapping and security risks, and a constant stream of people asking for money. Boring spending attracts none of that. Many of the wealthiest families in America live in the same neighborhoods, wear the same brands, and drive the same cars they did decades before their fortunes multiplied. The habit didn't change, only the balance sheet did. Neighbors often have no idea. That's exactly the point. Takeaway: the fastest way to look rich is to spend. The fastest way to stay rich is not to need to. Many ultra-wealthy families use a strategy nicknamed buy, borrow, die. Buy appreciating assets, stock, real estate, businesses. Borrow against them tax-free to fund your lifestyle instead of selling and triggering a tax bill. Pass them to heirs, who often receive a reset in cost basis, avoiding the capital gains tax that would have applied if the assets were sold during the owner's lifetime. None of this is a loophole. It's built directly into the tax code. The wealthy hire teams of accountants and estate planners not to break rules, but to fully understand every rule available to them. Most people never read the tax code because it feels irrelevant. The wealthy read it because it's an instruction manual. Takeaway: Understanding the rules isn't cheating, it's financial literacy the wealthy prioritize, and most people never learned that a single $10,000 investment, compounding at 10% annually, grows to over $670,000 in 45 years. Billionaires don't chase quick wins. They let decades do the work. The math is deceptively simple, but the psychology is hard. For the first 10 years, that same $10,000 barely doubles. It looks slow. Boring, even. But compounding isn't linear, it's exponential. The real growth happens in the final stretch, long after most people would have given up or cashed out. Most people compare their year 1 to someone else's year 20. Wealth built over decades looks slow, until it doesn't. And by the time it becomes obvious, the person who started early already has a decade-long head start no amount of saved-up income can buy back. Takeaway: the biggest advantage isn't a bigger paycheck. It's starting earlier and staying invested longer. Dividends, royalties, equity stakes, rental income, licensing fees. The wealthy build income that keeps arriving whether they work that day or not. A single paycheck is fragile. It stops the moment the work stops. One job, one employer, one point of failure. Silent income doesn't ask for your time. A dividend check doesn't care if you're on vacation. A royalty payment doesn't pause because you're sick. An equity stake keeps compounding whether or not you check on it. This is why billionaires rarely rely on a single source of income, even after they've made their fortune. They stack streams, some active, most passive, so no single disruption threatens the whole structure. Takeaway: the goal isn't just to earn more. It's to earn in ways that don't require you to keep showing up. Some of the wealthiest people on earth are names most people have never heard. Families who quietly control shipping empires, agricultural land, or manufacturing supply chains, without a single public appearance, interview, or social media account. Visibility invites competition, scrutiny, and risk. Privacy protects the empire. A public billionaire becomes a public target, for regulators, for competitors trying to reverse engineer their strategy, for anyone looking to extract money or attention from their name. A private billionaire moves through the world unnoticed. Deals happen quietly. Competitors don't know what they're building until it's already built. The billionaires chasing headlines are often the exception, not the rule. Most true wealth prefers to stay exactly where it's hardest to find, in a filing cabinet, not a headline. Takeaway: the loudest people in wealth media are rarely the wealthiest people in the world. Look at all 7 secrets together, and one pattern emerges. Quiet wealth isn't about deprivation. It's about intentionality. Every choice, the modest car, the patient investment, the borrowed debt, the anonymity, serves one purpose: protecting and multiplying capital over time. None of it is about restriction for its own sake. It's about removing anything that doesn't serve the long-term goal. The common thread is simple: delayed gratification, leverage, and privacy. Delayed gratification means resisting the purchase that feels good today, in favor of the asset that pays for decades. Leverage means using debt and time as tools instead of traps. Privacy means protecting the advantage once it's built. 3 principles. Every billionaire on this list uses some version of all 3, whether they talk about it publicly or not. Looking rich is easy. Anyone can finance it with a loan and a monthly payment. Being rich is quiet. It's a decision made years before anyone notices, and it rarely announces itself. Which of these 7 secrets surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If you want more breakdowns of billionaire wealth strategies, subscribe and hit the bell. There's more hidden in plain sight than most people ever stop to notice.